G'day! In today's final spa business model moment, we take a look at just renting out the space. G'day. Greetings from China, made it here to Xi'an, I think is how you pronounce it. It's probably not. People are going to correct me a lot over the next couple of days, and eventually maybe we'll get it right. Maybe. And so in our final look at a spa business model option for your hotel spa, we're going to look at the option that some hotels turn to probably when all the others fail, which is just renting out the space, like a normal tenancy type arrangement. Now, the biggest concern from the hotel's point of view in doing this is a lack of control. Essentially, now they lose the control that they might have otherwise had if they were more involved in the operation. And of course, from the guest perspective, if they have a bad spa experience, they're still going to go and complain to the hotel. They're still going to relate the spa to that hotel. Which is interesting because if there was a food brand in the hotel, a known established food brand, like let's say McDonald's, the guest who had a bad experience at the McDonald's is not really going to complain to the hotel about the McDonald's in their lobby. They're going to complain to McDonald's. And why don't they then complain to the hotel brand? Well, because, to the spa brand? Well, because spa brands aren't as established as, say, a food brand like a McDonald's. One of the big mistakes that hotels make when they have these tenancy type arrangements is they actually set their rental price for the space too high because they overvalue, I think, the worth of what the space is worth. And I think the reason that they do that is because they feel they've got this captive footfall. But the problem is not all feet are created the same. And if you think about it, some hotel guests are just not going to go to the spa. It doesn't matter how many guests are in the hotel, it matters how many likely spa guests are in the hotel. And so a warning to hotels that are looking at tenancy type arrangements, just be realistic about the rental price you set, otherwise you're going to be set up to fail. I think the biggest issue from the spa operator's point of view in this case, the tenant, is that you've got to still work within the guidelines set by the hotel. So it's important that both parties sit there and lay out, say, the hours of operation, recharging. Can the guest charge to the room? Of course, you want to allow them to do that. Allocation of cost is always going to be a tricky thing. So, look, a tenancy arrangement can work, and the hotel and the tenant still have to get involved in the operation for the sake of ensuring smooth guest flow. But the ultimate call has to go back to the tenant because it's their business. The hotel is just taking their money. The biggest benefit from the hotel's point of view is that they get a guaranteed income, a guaranteed revenue stream, and they don't have the hassle. The biggest downside for the hotel, the biggest con for the hotel, is that essentially they now have a lack of control. Maybe it's not a bad option. Maybe that option, along with using a spa consultant, could help as an example. So it can work. It's just that you've got to, like always, sit down and lay out the arrangement so that everyone's super clear on how it's going to work. And I think you need to be really careful and pay attention to the guest complaint and service recovery type procedures that you have in place, because it's not like a normal partnership arrangement. It's a pure tenancy arrangement. Alrighty, that is it for today, and that is it for the little series. Tomorrow we'll kick off with a bit of an update from the Spa China Summit, which I think kicks off tomorrow night now with a bit of a cocktail party. So I thank you for your time, and I will be back again tomorrow. See you.